What is going on, guys? We are back with another installment of Stock versus Not, and we are slowly getting to the end of the Ford model lineup of their street cars available in Gran Turismo 7. Today we have the 2006 Ford GT, and for those of you who don't know, this is the car that they brought back in I guess in homage to the Ford GT40 Le Mans car. Basically stayed true to its shape and form and everything. I think this was an awesome car when it came out. I still think it's an awesome car, even by today's standards. Very expensive to get back then, still very expensive to get now, so probably will never get the chance to own one, yet alone even get to drive one in real life. So we'll get to drive one on Gran Turismo, because that's what Gran Turismo is here for, to make your dreams come true. So anyways, this is the stock form that you'll get from the quote-unquote new car dealership, even though it's a 2006. It comes with 550 horsepower, weighing 31, just a little bit under 3,200 pounds, mid-engine rear-wheel drive, and it is supercharged. This car is dope. So let's go ahead and jump in. Quick recap over to the right. The fully modified SVT Raptor is leading on the leaderboards. And when it comes to the stock cars, I believe it's the... Is it still the Mustang? The GT350 Mustang in stock form is leading in the leaderboards there. So let's go ahead and see what this thing is capable of. This is an actual race car, so I'm hoping this can put down a decent lap in its stock form. With this being mid-engine, I should not, keyword should, not be fighting as much oversteer like the Mustang was giving me troubles with. It is a fast car, that is for sure, and I've already understeered off. I've messed up, I'm sorry. I'm just making myself look like an idiot on these videos, but you know what? It's okay. Let's go ahead into here. This car is very understeery, so I won't be fighting oversteer, but understeer. They got it. It has it all. So, spoiler alert, the last car that's going to be done on this series... Okay. Anyway, the last car that's going to be done on this series is going to be the newer Ford GT, so that's the one that is the EcoBoost twin turbo V6 one, and that will wrap off the Ford lineup. For those of you who are new to this series, basically the idea was to go into all the dealerships that GT7 has to offer and buy two of the road cars that they have, or buy two of each of the road cars that they have, and just do a comparison at Suzuka to see what kind of lap times you get from the stock car versus this car. Just understeers. That is ridiculous. I gotta brake early or turn in, or I gotta figure out how to drive this thing. It's a little embarrassing. Anyway, as I'm sidetracked here, the guy just straight reset me. That's great. Okay. Alright. Where was I? Oh yes, so basically what we do is we go into the car dealerships and we, buy two of the same cars. One car stays stock, the other one gets as many upgrades as the game will allow you to, and we compare their lap times. And what type of benefit do you get from it? Nothing really. The thing that sucks about GT7, in my opinion, is that they don't really let you utilize the road cars as much. You'll get Daily Race A for like their new releases sometimes, or they'll just make it such a weird combo that some cars will just never get to use, or never get to use their full potential. So, at least in this scenario, in these videos, you'll get to see what every car is capable of doing. We're going to brake really early here, and hope we stay on track this time and get something good out of it. There it is. Just gotta take it slow as fast. Remember that. And I think second gear is the sweet spot for this car. That's a little nuts. Okay. Yep. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully put down some sort of a decent lap that is usable and viable information for very rudimentary leaderboard that GT7 has ever so graciously gifted us. Alright. 58.229. Not bad. I think that puts us right on par with the Shelby. Let's see what we have. Where are we looking at here? Where is it? 58.229. Yep. So it puts us. Yep. It bumped the Shelby down from its leading stock time. So for GT, faster than a stock GT350R. Who would have thought? All right, let's go ahead and switch her up. We're going to a fully modified Ford GT. So what do we have here? We now have 874 horsepower. We are below 3,000 pounds. We are now in semi-Miata weight territory, which is probably very scary to have with the 874 horsepower car. And still, obviously, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, supercharged. We are bumped up performance points-wise to 783.11. We do also have all the fun aero bits and a slight suspension setup on here. And this thing is a screamer. And I'll let you know this. I usually try to do like a quick shakedown when I do the suspension setup on this car. On this course, look at third gear. We're already 140, 150, almost basically 200 before we even hit the top gear. So keep that in mind when you are using this car to tweak your transmission settings depending on the track that you're at, and let that be something in your mind as you race this car. On the racing soft tires and my suspension setup, this thing handles phenomenally. I do take a little bit of pride and joy in the fact that I've somewhat figured out a mid-engine rear-wheel drive suspension setup, or tuning as GT7 calls it, that I typically would use for like daily races if they allow it to be done. It may not be the fastest option or fastest setup, but it makes the car, oh, come on, keep braking, there we go. It makes the car a lot more manageable, and you don't typically find yourself losing too much on the tire wear, and especially with like the differential setup, you don't get that like snap oversteer that a lot of mid-engine cars are known to have. And I can let you know right now, I am having a blast taking this car through these S's right here. Little to no traction loss. The tires are sticking just fine, and I was able to maintain a pretty decent mile per hour through that. And who knows, this may be the first car in a while where we may not need a redemption lap. Just brake, keep braking. Oh, I need to stop talking while I'm being cocky here. We're doing a redemption lap now, because I'll be honest, I think a 50, this might put us second, I think. I don't know, I can't remember what I know the Raptor is a sub 50, and I can't remember what that GT350 did. I know the GT350 was actually below the fully spec'd out Mustang GT. And that was crazy to me to think, because the fully modified GT350 had 1,400 horsepower, and I don't know. I know for a fact that the Mustang GT did not have that. All right, let's see what we can get here. Let's do some engine braking. That might help. Nope. We might be able to still finagle our way in, even with that really bad cut there. It somehow has worked, folks. Don't ask me how, but we've managed to totally mess up turn 1 and still end up positive in our delta as long as we don't bin the rest of this lap. Alright. Final turn. Let's get this nice and good. Nice and good. Alright, and power it in. 49.797. We're gonna call it, because I know that is going to be a acceptable time for the leaderboard. Let's see what the optimal would have been. 49.525. So yeah, about 0.2 faster than what we were able to put down if we were to get our optimal sectors in. There you have it. We are just a smidge slower in the Ford GT fully modified compared to the SVT Raptor fully modified with 1400 horsepower. So anyways, that's the video for today. Let me know how I did. Please like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what I can do better, what I can tweak to these videos, and I will consider them. Probably not do them, but I'll consider them. And other than that, I'm gonna shut up and I'll catch you guys in the next one.